I'm analyzing the stock picking and investing tips of different YouTubers so that we can see how much money you might make or lose if you actually invest based on their advice. I have hand-selected a small group of YouTubers in the investing and stock picking space, and every time they post a video, I am watching that video and keeping track of their tips, whether they're saying buy or sell, and I'm recording all of that data into a spreadsheet so that over time we can record, track, analyze, and compare the investing tips of different YouTubers so that we can see what the quality of the investing advice on YouTube actually is. Hey there! Welcome back to this series where I track, analyze, and compare the stock tips of different YouTubers to see what the quality of the YouTube investing advice actually is. If you're new to this series, I posted my very first video last week, and I'm going to put a link up here in case you're interested in getting caught up. Over the past 7 days, I've been tracking a group of 6 YouTubers with subscriber bases ranging anywhere from as low as 15,000 to almost 1 million subscribers. The 6 YouTubers that I've been tracking are Gutierrez, Financial Education, Stock Mo, Tom Nash, Buckner, and Connor Invests. Every single time one of those 6 guys uploads a video, I watch it and then record whatever their stock tips are into a giant spreadsheet. I have some updates in terms of the group of YouTubers that I'm going to track for this little experiment. I'm potentially going to drop a few, and I'm definitely going to add some others to make up for it, but I'll get into the specifics in just a few seconds. Now, before getting into the analysis here, I should just start off by saying that I know it's only been a week, it's been 7 days, and so the results that I see in the spreadsheet here don't really matter at all. Anything can happen in the span of a week, and really it's only over much longer time horizons that the results of this experiment will become interesting. That said, I'm still going to walk through the spreadsheet really quickly just so that we can see how things have been doing over the course of the past week, but more importantly, the types of stocks that these different YouTubers are suggesting that people should invest in. Final thing before diving into the spreadsheet, I just want to say for anybody that's new to the series, new to the channel, what we're doing here in terms of methodology is that every time one of these YouTubers posts a video providing a strong buy signal, saying that they're bullish on a stock or talking about the upside potential of a stock, then we're going to assume that we're investing $100 in that stock. Even if the stock costs more than $100, we're assuming that we can purchase a fractional share just for the purposes of this experiment, just so that we can track and analyze, and we're using $100 because it's a nice round number and it makes for easier comparison between different stocks and different YouTubers. And on the flip side, we're doing the same thing, of course. If one of these YouTubers uploads a video saying that they're bearish on a stock, that they're selling a stock, or that they think we should sell a stock as well, then I'm going to update the spreadsheet to reflect that reality. And so we're going to track over time and see what the record of these stock picking YouTubers actually is. Without further ado, let's get into the analysis and let's see, what the first week of results is. Okay, so here's the spreadsheet. Now, first of all, I'm going to say Gutierrez was one of my initial picks for, a YouTuber to track in this series. And he has almost 1 million subscribers, and I thought it would be interesting to see what his stock tips are because he's a YouTuber that focuses on day trading. But over the course of the past week, I've realized that he mainly posts videos about how to trade. He talks about general macroeconomics and, the direction that the market is heading in. Is there a market crash coming, etc., etc. But I find that he actually very rarely provides a strong buy or sell signal. And in the instances where he's actually talking about real companies, he doesn't actually say if you should buy or if you should sell. He keeps things very vague and general, and he says a lot of the time, if this happens, then maybe do this, or if this happens, then maybe do that. So I don't think he's going to be a solid addition to this channel, to this series, because tracking him over time isn't going to give us a lot of interesting data. So I am actually going to remove him from the spreadsheet for now. See you later, Gutierrez. So since we've gotten rid of Gutierrez, that means the next guy up on our list in terms of the largest number of subscribers is Financial Education. And he posted 2 videos since I started tracking. The first one was where he was discussing a single stock, and it's a cryptocurrency related stock. It's not a cryptocurrency, but it's crypto adjacent, and it operates with cryptocurrency, I believe. To be honest, I kind of skipped through the video because I can't watch the full-length video of all these guys. It would be way too time-consuming. So once I get the general gist of the company that they're talking about, then I just update the spreadsheet and dip. So yeah, he recommended this stock, and yeah, we're going to track it. We'll see what happens. Obviously, not much has happened since then. It's only been a week. But he also posted a second video where he provided a long laundry list of stocks that he thought would be good for beginning investors to look in, that he thought people should buy if they're just getting started in investing. And so I recorded all of those stocks here. He was bullish on every single one of these, and he suggested that each of these would be a good long-term investment. So I've recorded that. On the date of the video, this was the purchase price. This is the current price of each of those stocks, and it updates automatically through the magic of Google Finance. And then finally, this is what that $100 would be today if you had invested it when the stock tip was provided. And so if we scroll down to the bottom here, you can see the total ROI over the course of the last week is 1.52%, which is actually amazing for just a week. But like I said, it's only a week. It doesn't really matter. Anything can happen. But this is how we're getting started with financial education. Now moving to StockMo. This guy is prolific, can I just say. He posts 2 videos per day, every single day, sometimes on the weekends as well, it seems. So keeping track of all of his stock tips is going to be a huge headache. Like, oh my God. I think tracking his stock tips could be more interesting, potentially. He gets into some real penny stocks. He gets into some real speculative plays like CCIV. And this is something that a lot of YouTubers in the stock picking space have been discussing over the course of the past week, because the electric vehicle, stock market space is really booming, and there's a potential merger between this SPAC and Lumen. Anyways, he's provided a lot of stock tips over the course of the past week, as you can see. So I've recorded them all again on the date that they were provided. And here you can see, for instance, he's discussing CCIV quite a bit. So every single time that he provides a bullish signal and suggests that CCIV might be a buy to the viewers, I'm updating it and adding it on the spreadsheet again, because the purchase price on that date is going to be different every single time. And so if we assume that you're actually acting on all of these YouTube stock tips, a person could potentially watch any single one of these videos and take that stock tip at face value on that date and go to the market and buy shares of CCIV. So I have to update it every single time to reflect the fact that the price of buying into that is going to be different depending on the day that you buy it at. Anyways, if we scroll down to the bottom here, you can see the total ROI over the course of the past week. If you just took all of his stock tips at face value, 12.11%. Super high for a week, but I mean, yeah, there's some risky stocks in here, some risky plays, so it's probably going to be more boom and bust. Moving now to Tom Nash. He provided only 3 stock tips this past week, which is much more manageable from my perspective. And these 3 companies are some of the same ones that other YouTubers are talking about. CCIV, for instance, everyone seems to be talking about. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. Right now, he is sitting pretty at 32.17%, and that is mainly on the strength of this stock tip here, BNGO, which if you had purchased on the day that he provided that stock tip, you would already be up 58% on your initial $100 investment. So, wow. All right. Moving to JJ Buckner, another YouTuber. I think he has 100,000 subscribers. He provided also 3 stock tips over the course of this past week. We'll see how they do. They're all sitting positive because this has been, a week where the stock market is just trending bullish. It will be more interesting, I think, when, there's more volatility in the market and we can see some movement. Connor Invests only provided 1 stock tip over the course of the period that I was tracking. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him on the list if he's going to be at such a low threshold compared to some of the other guys. But I'll keep him on there for now, and over the course of the next couple weeks, if I don't find that he's actually updating his channel and posting enough stock tips to make this interesting from our perspective, then I'll remove him from the spreadsheet. 2 guys that I did add, though, are Stealth Wealth Investing and Practical Investing. I think Stealth Wealth has something in the range of 50,000 subscribers, and Practical Investing is somewhere in the range of 15,000 followers. And they are each providing regular stock tips, so I think they'll be more interesting to track. Stealth Wealth provided some interesting stock picks, including these three SPACs, and then Knox and Tesla. So interesting week for him. He's down, and he's the only one that's down, I believe. So if you were following Stealth Wealth's advice over the course of the past week, you might not be as happy, but it's only a week. I keep saying that, but it's true. It doesn't matter. It's only a week. And then finally, Practical Investing. This one's good. This guy posts 2 videos per day where he provides 3 penny stock tips. Now, I think this is going to be interesting because they're all penny stocks. Every single one of his stock tips is a penny stock. And he provides 3 for each video, 2 videos per day. So that's 6 tips per day. But it's not that hard to track from my perspective because he makes it really easy to find in each video what the 3 stocks that he's providing as stock tips are. So I can just quickly scroll through, don't have to watch the full video, and then pull that data and put it into our spreadsheet where we can track. And yeah, you can see here, if you look in the column E, the current price, all of these are penny stocks. All of them are trading below $5 and some of them below $1. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster week for him. You can see some of the penny stocks are doing really well and some of them are not doing well at all. And I think that's probably just the nature of investing in penny stocks. But if you're in a diversified portfolio of penny stocks, maybe that will be good. So that's it for this week in terms of looking at the spreadsheet and analyzing the records. I kind of skimmed through it because I think it's way too early to take any meaningful results from what we're seeing. If we get much more data under our belts and add it into the spreadsheet, then I think that's where it's going to become much more interesting. But I do just want to say that the deeper and deeper I go down this rabbit hole of YouTube stock tip channels and investing channels, the crazier and crazier the content seems to become. I'm honestly starting to question just how big the size of the YouTube stock world is and how many people are going out there into the marketplace and acting on these stock tips at face value. There are literally thousands of channels with combined millions of subscribers of people that are eating up this content on a daily basis. Most of the videos that I watch start out with a disclaimer that says, this is for entertainment purposes only, or this is my opinion only, do your own research, etc., etc. But some of the titles and thumbnails that I'm seeing just have ludicrous claims. And I'm going to read this. This is word for word the title of one of these videos. The penny stock I just bought, dash, 500% upside, potential, fire, 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 dash, watch ASAP before it's too late. Now, when you look at a title like that and the associated thumbnail, which was equally clickbaity, what can you assume other than the fact that they're selling stock tips and they're trying to get people that are desperate to get rich quick and to make money to watch and then, I guess, invest based on this FOMO mentality of, buy this penny stock before it's too late. Like, holy shit. And there's just so much churn. Some of these people, like I said, are uploading several videos per day. And I don't want to take away anything from some of the people that are actually legit. Some of the YouTubers that I've seen are providing actual analysis of the financials and the fundamentals of different companies, which I find to be informative and really useful. But sometimes it's basically just anybody with a camera can upload a video talking about the next big penny stock to buy. And in those cases, I don't think it's coming from a place of providing helpful, useful information. I think it's coming from a place where people just want to build up a big social media following on platforms like YouTube so that they can monetize other people watching this regurgitated content. And it's really just making me wonder how much of this market is driven by pure hype. But at this point, I'm getting a little bit outside of my comfort zone because I'm not an economist, I'm not a financial advisor. All I'm doing is looking at the publicly available information that these YouTubers are providing by posting videos with their stock tips and then tracking it and analyzing it to see what happens. And so this is the first update. It's been an interesting week, no doubt. I'm going to keep it up, be as consistent as I can, potentially add more YouTubers to the list, maybe take some of the ones off if I find that the people that I'm tracking now aren't actually that interesting or aren't providing enough data to, present interesting results. But there you have it. That's the first update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe so that you can follow along as we check out the investing records of these different stock picking YouTubers, and I will see you next time.